extra time.
There were a few tight calls on the penalties. Is it hard to digest for you and the team?
Incredibly hard. I'm not even sure they were tight calls. I thought they were blatant penalties. I think certainly the first one in the first half, I think it was clear cut. The second one, for me, it was a clear cut penalty as well. I think we've seen a penalty. I think it might have been Kerala Blasters early in the season, getting a penalty exactly the same. I thought that one looked a little bit more of a penalty, if I'm being honest. But look, this is what we have to deal with.
The next question is, your team had more attempts than Northeast United, but is the wastefulness in the attacking third a concern for you?
Well, it is when you obviously don't win games. I think tonight was probably our worst performance in terms of the games we've played so far, but we still should have won the game. So we've got something to work with. We have lacked a little bit of dynamism in the final third, but we'll get it right. The players are giving everything. It's been tough for us, without making excuses here. I think we found it tough in terms of where we are, the hotel to the ground, hotel to the training ground. So players missing through injury. I know other teams will have players missing through injury, but we've got our star players, if you like, who Lockin, who was probably man of the match in the first game, he's out. Foxy was missing tonight after obviously an injury last game. So we are up against it, but sometimes when you are up against it, you need players to sort of come out and start battling that a little bit more with each other. So we are maybe guilty of giving silly goals where little individual errors. You're playing professional football, you can't be doing individual errors. It's a professional game. There's a lot at stake, and I think we need to realise that.
A third question from Goal.com is that any details on the new position for Sainad Singh?
For what, sorry?
Any details for the new position for Sainad Singh?
Yeah, no, Sainad's played really well. We gave everything he got. We know what type of player he is, and we just wanted to see him there. I think he never let himself down. He's all-hearted, and he put in a good performance, one that he can be proud of. So we knew what we were going to get with him. I know people were always saying that he's a centre midfielder, but we wanted to see him in that position, and he's done okay.
Do you believe ISL should introduce VAR?
Well, I'm going to say yes, because obviously the decisions, I think at times the referees might need a bit of help. I know it's a tough job, but when you're getting decisions like two blatant penalties wrong like that, I think there's other decisions on the pitch. It's tough to take as a manager, as a head coach, but in all fairness, I'm not a huge fan of the VAR, because I think at times it can slow the game. I think the referees need to make that decision, and then that just takes away the VAR.
It's how do you analyse your side's performance tonight?
I think it was a performance that obviously we're massively disappointed with the results, but we can take something out of it, because I think it was a game that we probably didn't deserve to lose. We played okay. It was probably one of our worse performances than the other two, but we've lost the game, so that's all that matters. But disappointing results. But in terms of performances, it was a game that we felt we should have had more out of. Certain decisions never went our way. We played against a team who was unbeaten. Obviously played 4, won 2, drew 2 now, and obviously we were the better team, and obviously the results dictate again that we haven't had a great performance, but the performance was okay, but we've lost the game again.
What did you make of the defensive mistakes and defending in general and through the left channel?
Well, sometimes it's schoolboy football. I think when you're professional football, I think you probably need to realise what is at stake. I spoke last week about players understanding the game a little bit more. Now the understanding tonight is if you can give balls away in silly areas, or if you can't pass balls 10 yards, then I think you've got a little bit of work to do. We'll work on that in the training pitch. We'll still try and make the players a little bit better. It's schoolboy football, isn't it? We're all got to be accountable for what we do on the football pitch. And if you've got a lot of work gone into the game, leading up to all the possession, tactics, and then obviously someone gives silly balls 10 yards away from each other away, then it puts you in trouble. We can't keep doing that. You get punished and you get hurt.
What do you make of Scott Neville's performance?
I think Ned has been brilliant. I think he really has. He's a player again. We mentioned Senai before. He's that player who wears his heart on his sleeve. Scott Neville is epitomises that player to perfection. He's maybe struggling with a few knocks, a few edge and pains and niggles, but he just soldiers on and he gives everything in the game. So he is a top player with a top attitude, and he's obviously a great professional.
What do you tell your boys at the end of a game like tonight? I mean, clearly the better side, but no points to show for it.
Yeah, that's a disappointing aspect. I think we've obviously shown that we can compete. We know that, but obviously the thing now is we need to start putting performances into results. So that's what we'll say to lads. We'll say it's happened, it's finished, and now we have another game in 4 or 5 days, which obviously we need to do that a little bit more and maybe get that first goal. We know before goals massively important, but if you're behind the black ball all the time and you're chasing games, it makes it harder. So I think we just need to get into our lads how important that first goal is.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।